people think you, Meghan, kinda suck. Since popping on the scene, you're the one ruffling all the feathers.
What?
Just the messenger. But if not you, then who's to blame for all this royal drama?
It's the Queen.
Oh crap, right under the bus. Okay, this is juicy.
Nick Peterson calls himself a Christian, yet he mocked Meghan Sussex, sharing her trauma with Oprah. Let's talk about what that really says. Nick, you put Christian in your bio like it defines you. But you mock Meghan, speaking about suicidal thoughts, racism, and isolation. There's nothing Christian about that. That's not faith. That's cruelty. Meghan Sussex is the most targeted woman in the world. She is the most attacked person alive. Her name is dragged daily in the tabloids by racists, by people who want to break her. And instead of showing compassion, you decide to pile on. You chose to add to the noise. Let's be clear. That's not comedy. That's not satire. That's taking someone else's trauma and turning it into cheap content. You didn't punch up. You mocked a woman at her lowest. And that says everything about you and your morals. Your platform, mediocre. Instagram, 50,000 followers after over thousands of posts. TikTok, under 200,000 with years in, with content removed because it crossed the line. And your answer to that wasn't to do better. It was to move to platforms where anything goes. That's not success. That's failure pretending to be defiance. You mock Meghan because her existence reminds you of everything you'll never be. She's accomplished, admired, historic. She's a woman who will always be remembered. And you, without someone else's name to drag, you're irrelevant. And about your faith, Christianity is supposed to stand for love, mercy, and kindness. You showed none of that. You can write Christian in your bio all you want, but your actions told the truth. And the truth is, what you did not align with the values you claim to stand for. And here's the part you should sit with. God sees what you did. God sees the malice, the mockery, the cruelty. You can fool your followers, but you can't fool him. And when that day of reckoning comes, you won't be judged by your skits or your edits. You'll be judged by how you treat people at their most vulnerable. And on that measure, you failed. That's your reality, Nick Peterson. You call yourself a Christian. Please. Your actions expose something else entirely.
But now with Meghan Markle, she's acting like she was victimized by Taylor because of her Netflix release and saying that Taylor announcing the life of a showgirl overshadowed it. To be honest, was anyone watching Meghan Markle on Netflix?
Do you honestly think Taylor Swift would approve this nonsense you're spewing? Girl, fix your eyebrows. Taylor is the definition of a girl's girl. She lifts women up. She collaborates. She shares the spotlight, much like Meghan Sussex. She doesn't tear women down, and she definitely wouldn't co-sign you sitting here using her name to pit her against Meghan Sussex over a fake tabloid headline. You built this whole rant on Reality Tea, a gossip blog for Real Housewives catfights that Yahoo Entertainment recycled for clicks. Meghan never said she was upset. The whole Taylor stole Meghan's spotlight thing is fiction. And yet here you are, parroting it like fact, while acting like you're defending Taylor. You're not defending her. You're weaponizing her name to drag another woman. And that's the part that's embarrassing. Because Taylor, the woman you claim to stan, would hate this. She's out here preaching solidarity, lifting women up, while you're sitting there under bad lighting with those fish eyes and that unfortunate nose, giving Perez Hilton circa 2007 energy. So no, Meghan isn't crying victim. Taylor isn't stealing oxygen. The only person doing damage here is you, making Taylor look bad by attaching her to your petty, bitter rant. And let's be real. You're not even a real Taylor fan. If you actually knew anything about her, you'd know her entire brand is built on supporting women, on refusing to play the industry's games of tearing each other apart. Taylor has fought against this very narrative for years, and you just dragged her back into it because you were desperate for views? Calling yourself a Taylor fan while spreading gossip that pits her against another woman. That's fake fan behavior. You don't represent her. You embarrassed her. Taylor is about empowerment, about solidarity, about owning your story. And you clearly don't get that. If anything, you exposed yourself as someone, using Taylor's name for clout, while trampling on everything she actually stands for. And let's not pretend otherwise. Those bulging eyes, and that nose that's still deciding which direction to point, don't exactly scream credible messenger. You don't look like a Swiftie. You look like a punchline. So here's the reality check. A real Taylor fan would never make her look this small. You're just a fraud with a ring light, squealing like a pig at feeding time. And trust me, everyone hears it.
All right, I know you're going to cancel me and you're going to hate me and whatever, but I did it for the plot, I did it for the content, I did it for you, ultimately, okay? I bought Meghan Markle's wine so that you don't have to. I'm glad that she wrapped it in some tissue paper with a Tommy Bahama sticker on it. So cute. I'm going to give an honest review, okay? An honest review, which means you may not like me if I decide that I like the wine, but we're going to see how this goes.
Peter Zachary Gonzalez. Or is it Zach Peter now? Why drop the Gonzalez? Are you ashamed of your Latin roots? Did you want people to think you were white? So now the picture is crystal clear. Now let's talk about your wine review. Let's be real, this wasn't an honest critique. This was a man with a Housewives branded canned wine, praying for relevance, cheap punching on Meghan Sussex's rosé. Not from any knowledge, not from any expertise, but from pure envy, from pure insecurity. Here's the truth. You hate Meghan because she's everything you've never been. You've always been overlooked, you've always been passed over, and this performance is your way of forcing people to notice you now. Meghan doesn't have to perform for relevance. You do. Meghan effortlessly glides into rooms where legends gather. Vogue, sommeliers, global culture makers. She sells out as ever drops in minutes. That's elegance. That's luxury. That's legacy. And you're the opposite. A reality TV pundit slapping his name on canned wine like it's a gimmicky souvenir. No sophistication, no style, nothing about you whispers class. Everything about you screams tacky. And here's the elite proof that Meghan actually delivers. Vogue tapped master sommelier Jordan Salcido, whose resume includes building wine programs at 11 Madison Park and Momofuku, to taste Meghan's as ever rosé. Her conclusion? Well-crafted and flavorful. That's not celebrity fluff. That's credibility. That's refinement. And then there's you, pretending to be an authority. Yet you stumble over stone fruit? That's not even advanced terminology. That's basic. A simple Google search and you would have known. Stone fruits are peaches, plums, cherries, apricots, nectarines, any fruit with a pit. That goes to show how devolved your thinking process is. This was never about the product. This was about clawing at Meghan because she represents what you'll never be. Admired, respected, sought after. She's everything you've tried to perform your way into becoming. And she doesn't even have to try. And that's what eats you alive. Meanwhile, Meghan doesn't have to audition for relevance. She is relevance. Her wine isn't a stunt. It's a well-made product backed by serious expertise. Vogue's review will live on as part of the cultural record. Yours? It evaporated in the scroll, forgotten even before the algorithm refreshes. And you didn't review as ever rosé. You exposed yourself. You proved that Meghan is culture, and you're still scrambling to be noticed. Meghan's name will always stand for cultural and refinement. Yours will always read as a gimmick. And while Meghan's name will be remembered in history, you will be forgotten. And that's the difference the world sees clearly.
Harry and Meghan have agreed what's been called a first look deal for film and TV projects. That means the Sussexes must go to Netflix and give them the first opportunity to pick up their shows. Well, joining us now is royal commentator Afia Hagen. Lovely to talk to you. So let's talk about that deal, a first look. Talk us through how this is different from their previous Netflix deal.
Yeah, so there's kind of three main differences between this first look deal and the overall deal, which is what they had before when they first signed on with Netflix. So the first difference is that this first look deal can cover feature films, other intellectual property, which could be books. The overall deal was primarily for TV series and films. So they could do much more content for Netflix than just, say, films, TV series. It could be other intellectual property. The second difference is with this first look deal, the content creator, so that would be Harry and Meghan and Archwell Productions, retain the copyright to the material that they have created. With an overall deal that they had before, the studio retains the copyright, everything that's created within their contract terms. And the third and probably the most important difference is that with a first look deal, if anything that they take to Netflix, Netflix perhaps decides they don't want to pick that up, Harry and Meghan and Archwell Productions can take that to another production company, so another streamer or another film company. With the overall deal that they had before, even if they took an idea to Netflix and they didn't like it, they couldn't take that anywhere else.
Because a lot of people may have, watching this programme tonight, may have seen the response to this saying it's a downgrade from the previous deal. Is that fair?
I'm not sure that it is. I mean, it's a different deal, most certainly. But this deal actually gives them more freedom. It gives them a chance to take other ideas that they may have, that Netflix may have refused, to other production companies, to other film companies. And actually, lots of people in Hollywood have these kind of first look deals. Cynthia Erivo has one. Tyler Perry has one. Loads of people have them. And it means that people have a lot more freedom that, yes, I work with this production company. I trust them. I work with this streamer. But perhaps if you don't like something, an idea that I've pitched, someone else could pick it up. And that's more lucrative for them at the end of the day.
I suppose the interesting element is what that content of theirs might look like. They've done some documentaries, they've done the lifestyle programme, which The World and His Wife had a comment on. What do you think that content might look like for Netflix, and might we see a change?
Well, yeah, we actually have an idea of what is coming up. So we have a With Love Meghan festive special that's going to be after the second season, which drops on Netflix later on this month. There's also going to be the Meet Me by the Lake, which is a film that they've picked up. They bought the rights to the book of it, and they're going to make a film of that. And there's also going to be a documentary called Massacre Kids, A Rhythm Within, and that's a new documentary short film in association with Wanatara Studios and Archwell Productions, and that's about kids in Uganda living with HIV/AIDS. So that gives us a little bit of information about some of the projects that have got coming up, but of course there could be other things in the pipeline as well.
So you were in Suits for 2 years.
Yeah.
Did you work with Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that like?
It was cool. We didn't really have scenes together, so I'd see her, and she was really nice, really cool. My best friend, I was talking about, Chris, he's a stage manager. He used to stage manage Deal or No Deal. And Meghan used to be on Deal or No Deal. He's had more interaction with her than I did, but she was always cool.
Let me ask you something. Did you know she was black?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I got black dar, so we see it.
Yeah.
But instead, I'm like, I can see where a lot of people be like, I didn't know.
The great thing is that she knew.
She
knows.
Nobody knows the story. Okay. So I get a call from Harry, Prince Harry, on Easter Saturday. And he says, sorry to bother you, but we have a duck problem here. Some baby ducks, a duck had come into their yard and had laid the eggs and had these ducks, like 8 other chicks. And he says, our pond is a stream. We don't have a pond. So can we bring the ducks over to your pond? And I said, sure. But could you wait, because Gail's grandkids were there. Kirby was there with her family. I said, wait until I can get the kids down to the pond to come to see you put the ducks in the pond. So he goes, no, we're coming right away. We're coming over. Okay. So we have the kids all waiting for the ducks to come to the pond. Harry pulls up and I say, no, the pond is that way. He opens the door. He goes, what? Which way? I go, pond is that way. And as he opens the door, the mama duck flies out, and he's got all the baby ducks in a box. So he goes, oh no, the mama duck has flown away. Then we're chasing the mama duck who's in the front yard and has flown to the other side. We've got her ducks. Harry's running after, Meghan gets out, she's running after, chasing the mom and trying to get the mom to come back with her ducks. And for like a half an hour, we're running around with the ducks in the box and we're all, and we have video. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Stars, they're just like us. I mean, I would have been like,
down there going, where are the ducks? Where are the ducks?
The kids just want to see the ducks. Listen, those ducks also hit the jackpot. They're like, wait a minute. We show up at Prince Harry's house and now we're at Oprah's? Excuse me.
We're in Oprah's pond.
Yeah, that duck knew what it was doing when it laid its eggs.
And your furry chicken would have had it.
I'm very at peace. I am in a better place than I've ever been. And I think that probably angers some people, infuriates others, because just by the nature of me leaving, I'm sure some people always thought that Meghan would leave, right? But I don't think they ever thought that I would leave as well. I've got 2 beautiful kids and an amazing wife. Like, the happiness in my family now, I have never felt anywhere else before.
I gotta do this foot, Mama, because I was with you.
Oh my God.
I gotta do this foot.
You've got a dirty foot. Papa is a bird watcher, so this is a really big moment.
I want to address this video to all of the hating ass bitches in the weird little corner of the internet that I've noticed recently. And that is women supposedly making satirical content mocking Meghan Markle. Now, let's be honest, it's not satire. It's cheap laughs at best. It's spite dressed up as punchlines. These are the type of women who, if asked, would probably actively identify as feminists. But that is some fake ass shit, because at the first opportunity to rip apart another woman, one who is arguably doing better than you are all over her like a pit bull on a baby. Now, the truth is, I know dozens of women like Meghan Markle. And granted, they're not Rhodes Scholars, but then again, they don't purport to be. Shit, in certain pockets of London, you can throw a rock and hit 10 of them bitches. Pretty ass face, rich ass husband. They're a dime a dozen, but you don't seem to have such a problem with them, do you? No, Meghan's special for some reason. Do you think it might be that she managed to parlay her pretty face into marrying a prince? Now, don't get me wrong. She could very well be a fucking painful cunt. I don't know, because I don't know her. But guess what? Neither do you. And it looks a lot to me like that old vibe of everyone wanting women to succeed until a woman's doing better than you. Let's not forget, this is exactly what they did to Martha Stewart. She went from being the darling to being the devil because she had the audacity to utilize her femininity and homemaking skills to create a multi-million-dollar business. And when she had that amount of skin in the game, she fell from grace, in your eyes. But let me tell you, that is some bullshit. Let's just call it what it is. You're not mad because she's fake or manipulative. You're mad because she's you, but she made it. And you hate her for it. Tell me, what is more feminist than a woman using what she's got to build a life for herself? You might not like her, but how dare you mock her to build your own platform? Why don't you have a proper fucking go and actually contribute something to the world? You want to create something real? Then do something original. And until then, keep her name out of your mouth and put some respect on your own. And let me finish by saying this. Knowing what to pair with champagne has been one of the great struggles of aristocracy for centuries. For the longest time, we had blini and caviar, which worked pretty well. And then a while back, someone came up with those horrible little cheesy puff souffle thing. But honestly, I think fried chicken and champagne sounds delicious. And despite the fact that I won't be traveling to America anytime soon, next time Meghan's in the UK, if she wants to invite me over for some finger-licking chicken and a glass of bubbles, I'll be there, bitch. Yeah.
Hello, my people. Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? All my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. Did y'all guys happen to read that article? Queen escort Kyle Miller called for Charlie Boy to stop his son. Yes, you heard me right. She called Charlie Boy. She's like, dude, you need to stop your child right now because you don't know. You don't know what I did to put myself in this chair right here. You better sit down there and pull his ears and tell him not to mess up with me. Because he doesn't know what I did. I sacrificed my dignity. And I did what I did to his mother. And I'm sitting right here, right now. I came from a long line of mistresses and nobody gonna beat me. I am the queen mistress. I tell y'all. When I read that article, I tell y'all guys, I was just laughing. Some people have audacity. Because you know what, Kyle Miller? That lady, I don't even know if she believes in God. That lady already went to those fortune tellers. Those people don't believe in God. They've read them lives, everything from them cards, and they believe in those cards, I tell you that. You know that lady got lots of titles in all those cults. You know those the orders of God, maybe that's what you call it. Is lots of orders. She is a master in lots of those orders. You know the people who do those kind of stuff. Those people don't believe in God. They believe they are gods, and you know there are lots of obscurity that happens in those places. You know, when they're talking about some kind of cult, they're talking about something that is open out here. Look at your dictionary, the definition of the word cult. Yeah, don't know anything like about anything out here for you to even understand. That lady has more power with the Lucifer than you even think she has. And she has the audacity because guess what? She knows Bulliam and they're never gonna be no damn king. And if Bulliam is ever gonna become king, she knows Bulliam is gonna become king when she gone. I'm telling you that lady's gonna live around that place there for 20 more years. And by those 20 years, how old gonna be Charlie, that little Bulliam? Like the 60s. And those 60s and with those bottles, I don't know what God has for lifespan for those kind of like a lifespan doesn't really stretch when you're sitting down with those Ruski standard. Ruski standard ain't gonna make you live forever. You know those vodka? And all those damn tequila bottles, and all those champagne bottles. And you know these people, they have access to them all. Ruski standard, they got all the standards, you know, them bottles that them people be drinking out there. Before you know his liver organs gonna give up on him, kidneys or one or the other, he gonna be on dialysis. I never heard his daddy used to have those bottle stuff. But y'all know his grandfather on the maternal side also went away. Queen Diana's dad used to love those bottles. And sometimes I tell you it's just DNA. Sometimes you can't run away from DNA. And you know those DNA, they don't just really go away sometimes. And sometimes they show up in mean kids. You know the mean kids? Sometimes they do inherit some genetics that the good ones do not inherit. I never seen, little kids drink. You know, little kids in Europe, they give us all them bottles when you, if you teen somebody in your family gonna give you bottle and they think it's normal because they want you to touch that fire when you're still little. And when you grow up, you ain't gonna want to touch that fire no more. That's why they hook you up in Europe with those bottles when you're still young. So, William inherited Grandpa, the other one. Because even this Philip, we know he was a womanizer. We know like Charlie Boy was a womanizer too. And we don't know that Charlie Boy used to mess up with those bottles. Because you know what? Charlie Boy, he used to love to eat all organic stuff. And he never wanted to mess up with all those bottles. And he never even looked like one because dude's so weak. You know? Listen. So... William, you better watch out. That lady there, Queen Mistress, is a master of order of lots of orders out there in that monarchy here. Don't play with her. She's Grand Master. They even made it amplified those titles of hers. She is way big up there. Don't be playing with her. So you better listen what your daddy told you. And she came out here and snitched on you. Told the world on you. Dude, you in trouble. You don't be playing with some mistresses. You know that lady came well armed. She came out there. She did not come and play with you. And she took her gloves off and calling you all BS. You better watch out, William. Oh my goodness, did y'all guys hear this news about Santebale? Sophie Shambauka? Where you at, Shambauka? Where is Sophia Shambauka? Grab your chair and come sit down here, Shambauka. What happened? I heard some a bird told me the Santebale people from the UK got laid off. Because guess what? You can't be messing up with people like that, Shambauka. If you call and fundraising, ain't nobody gonna show up. Prince Harry is Prince. His father is the King of England, girl. And you want to measure up to those kind of people. You know, sometimes my mouth be so sharp, but you know, some stuff I just don't measure up to. Yeah, I just look at some stuff. I look at some people. I'm like, yeah, guess what? That person got all those privileges. I better sit down here and shut my mouth and just keep my stuff in my lane because I don't want to be measuring up to some people that I can't beat. So this is what Chambauka's doing. Chambauka, what happened, Chambauka? Did you get money to pay these people and why did they get laid off? Were you just taking care of the people in like Suffolk? What happened to the people who are in UK? Still same charity. Girl, I told you you're so stupid. You kind of just ruined it for my African queens, my mamas. They never gave birth to no stupid ass like you. I don't even know where you came from, Shambauka. Girl, I can't stand you. Them kids going to school. Yeah, back to school time. I don't miss those years. Yeah, you wake up in the morning. You start going to those school. God bless them, our kids. God bless your kids. Y'all gonna be big people one day. Hey, Sophie Chambauka! Chambauka, you in trouble, girl. Shame on you, race traitor. What did those people do with you right now here? They will always take one weak black person and pit them against the other ones. And the stupid, weak-minded ones like a Chambauka broke stupidity with the stupidity and everything will come and sell their own. And look at where you are right now here. They chewed you like a chewing gum. And when they start little sweetener was out of that chewing gum that was in William's mouth, and that dude, sir, is here, sir. That Ian boy, where he? They took you, chewed you like a chewing gum, and spat you on the floor. Girl, you so cheap and so dumb. I don't know who gave birth to you, but girl, I'ma leave you alone. Let me focus on my road. Bye, Felicia. Bye, girl. Girl, bye. I talk to y'all guys again later. Y'all guys, please go to subscribe and follow my brother, the Notorious Jtb on TikTok. Also on TikTok, the Notorious Jtb _2.0 is his other backup page, and also the Night of Success. Y'all please follow the brother. Let's share his videos so we could make him a global, and also have Harry and Meghan give him a call one day and thank him for the wonderful work that he's doing here, clapping back and calling all these bullies, these racists out. God bless you, my brother. You wonderful. I love you. We all love you down here. And also my brother Baron on the Royal Success. Y'all guys please follow my brother, he does a wonderful job. And also go to my Queen Wheezy, and that's the Isabella Bax channel on YouTube here, as well as all the success friendly channels. Guys, I love you very much. I'll talk to you guys again later. Bye for now.